How's it going? Welcome back, everyone. Jared Morrison here. Coming back to do another series of videos. Spurred on once again, back by popular demand. Really told to by my good friend, the lean, mean goal crushing machine, Erin Skye Kelly. Asked me to do 4 more videos before the next Achievement Club, which is in a couple weeks. So, and hey, you want to come along to the next meeting? You let me know. And we'll go. So what are we going to talk about today? Golf. Yeah, no, we're going to talk about baseball. And before you skip ahead or shut down the video because of that, I swear there will be a larger point to this. But last night, big night in the major leagues, big night for Cubs fans, and you guys know that I'm Jays fan to the end, but they're out. And so, but this is a great story to cheer for. 1908. Was the last time the Chicago Cubs won the World Series. 108 years ago. What was up in 1908, you might ask? I prep hard for these videos, by the way, I'm sure you can tell. Henry Ford came out with Model T, $850. Teddy Roosevelt was president of the United States of America. Last time they won, 1908. Last time they were in the World Series was 1945, so 71 years ago. What was going on back then, you might ask? Something known as World War II, another Roosevelt in office, this time FDR. That's also the same year, though, that the Cubs were hit with what has been called the curse of the Billy Goat. Look at that artistic value there. Drew that myself. I'm well aware that my drawing skills are on par with my singing skills. Anyways, 1945, this fan named Billy Cyanis, he owns a tavern in Chicago. He brings his Billy Goat to the game, and people at Wrigley Field complained of the smell, so he got kicked out. It was Game 4 of the World Series. And as he's being escorted out with his goat, this is a true story, he apparently says, the Cubs ain't gonna win no more. And they haven't. They lost the World Series that year, and they haven't even been back. So, until last night, the National League Championship Series, and they won. And another crazy thing about last night is that dude, Billy Cyanis, that's the anniversary of his dad. Woo! Okay, so getting serious, so the reason I decided to talk about baseball today, aside from the fact that I quite enjoy it, is that I'm watching the 9th inning last night, and they keep panning on the crowd, and there's little old ladies, and little old dudes, and they're crying, because their team's about to make it. They're 3 outs away, then 2 outs away. They're going to see something they have never seen in their life. 108 years of consecutive disappointment. And they're going. And it's a good thing, I was at a housewarming party last night, and I'm in the basement by myself watching the 9th inning, and it was good, because I'm starting to get misty-eyed, because I'm thinking about, this is ridiculous, I'm getting emotional about baseball, what is this bigger meaning, and how can I turn it into a video? No, I wasn't thinking that, but still, it was on my mind a little bit, I guess. But I guess I was inspired by just the power of belief. You know what I mean? Fast forward 24 hours today, I went to my dad's for dinner. We're sitting there, and I remember a little over 2 decades ago sitting with my dad as the Blue Jays were in the World Series, and today is also the anniversary of when Joe Carter hit his home run to win the World Series. So thinking about that, Lester and I are watching a movie together tonight, and towards the end, there's a monologue by the main character. It's mostly forgettable what he's saying, but he ends up saying 4 of the most beautiful words a person can hear in a moment of desperation or consistent failure or whatever it might be. And before I get to that, I guess it's worth mentioning that my dad was the one that picked me up a year and a half ago when I had to make the call that in the end saved my life, but that I didn't want to make. He was the one that came and got me and pulled me out of here with neither of us knowing what laid ahead in the minutes or hours or days to come. And that after consistent failure on my part and not even wanting it anymore, not even believing anything was possible. And I'm sitting there tonight with him after this year and a half and a bit of everything that's changed. And again, the main character of this movie, he's addressing his own child, and he says those 4 words, that I believe in you. And so I guess it just kind of all came full circle after thinking about the little old ladies crying and stuff like that, and then sitting there with my pops and stuff like that. And So I thought, yeah, that's going to be tonight's video. Especially because last night, you know, I saw somebody that I'm friends with on Facebook that they put out a message. I'm not going to say what it was, but to paraphrase, they basically said that they felt that the only thing that they were good at was failing. And I guess I would just say today that, well, I know a little bit about that. The Cubs know a lot about that, and yet here we are. They're back in the World Series. I'm having the best year I've ever had. I mean on every front, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I'm glad you're back. I'm glad we're doing a couple videos here. Hope you enjoyed Don't Stop Believing, his journey was singing about at the beginning there. And yeah, I'm going to cut her off. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.